is Derek with Vice Realty, and today we're going to talk about if your agent has everything that you need in order to get your transaction done. There's a few things beyond just the normal. Everybody knows the agent has to provide you a fiduciary relationship that just says they're doing everything legal, providing you all the paperwork, everybody's communicating back and forth. That's just standard. That's the legal basics that are required just to make a transaction move forward and everybody complies. There's a lot more to it than that. When you're looking at a property, how do you value the property? How do you value the rent rolls? How do you value the cost of the rehab, the possible sale value when it's all over? If your agent doesn't know these things, they're doing you a huge disservice. So when it comes to a price on a property, let's say it's $400,000 just for an example, and they give you a sheet with the rent rolls for a fourplex. On the rent rolls, maybe it says $700 per unit. Well, is that a one bed, a two bed, a three bed? They'll probably tell you. But are those current leases? Are they past leases? Are they even real leases? Nobody really knows. They just ask for them. They turn them over to you. Here they are. Well, let's say they are real. What does the market really offer in that neighborhood? Does the market only bring 700? Probably not. Most of the rents I find are very low. It can probably bring more. Does your agent know how much more they can bring? Because if so, that money on top goes directly to your bottom line. That could be the difference between you purchasing this property and looking at it incorrectly and thinking it's not worth the money they're asking. Maybe they're asking a little too much, but you know their rents are way too low. Maybe it's a better deal to go ahead and give them a little extra because the rents are going to make up for it. On the other side, maybe you look at the property and it has no deferred maintenance whatsoever. Everything is brought up perfectly and wonderfully, and you think, wow, I don't have to put any money into this, and it's a little higher than what it should be. Well, but you got to think, this has all been done for you. All of this stuff that would have cost, does your agent know how much that stuff costs? Do they know what it costs to put a floor in? Do they know what it's going to cost to bring the windows up to code? Do they know what it costs to replace a roof if that's needed, or an air conditioning unit if that's needed? What about the plumbing? Plumbing is the #1 issue I find in old buildings. Do they understand what to look for in a building to make sure that that plumbing doesn't need to be replaced? Because if it's in horrible condition, it's the main, you have to jackhammer out that concrete in order to get to the main to replace it. It's a ridiculous amount of money. Does your agent know to look for these things? When it comes to actually placing people as tenants, does your agent actually place these tenants? Do they leave you with the tenants that were there? Do they give you somebody else to do this for you? Do you self-manage? Do they have these answers for you? If they don't have these answers for you, again, it's a huge disservice to you because now you're left with a vehicle to make money and no way to drive it. That doesn't do you any good. So the agent has just said, here you go, they throw it on you, they take their commission, and they run away. There's no point in that for you. Once you actually own it, you have the tenants in place, now what happens with the day-to-day operation of the place? Does your agent know how to manage that building month by month by month? Do they know what's too much to spend in rehabbing a unit if a tenant moves out? Do they know what's too little? Do they know what's required by law? If they don't know these things, again, a disservice to you because your vehicle isn't going to run right. It's not being driven correctly. At the end, let's say you want to sell this building. What level do you need to bring it up to be able to sell it? Do you have your paperwork for all your rent rolls? Do you have the maintenance history of the building? Are you able to go out there and say, here are the things we replaced on this building, here's how we justify this value, here's the traditional rent rolls on it, and I can prove them over the course of a year, here's how we came up with this value, and now you have a turnkey operation. Can your agent do all those things for you? If they cannot, they're not giving you a full product. All they're doing is putting their name on a piece of paper and saying, I'm your agent, I can get you to the finish line at title. And after that, here's this gigantic thing, and I don't have a clue how to run it. That's not what you need. I don't run it that way. I am a licensed corporate broker, individual broker, property manager, business broker, and B2 licensed contractor. So basically, if it touches real estate, I can do it, and I do it. I'm an investor first. I didn't get into this to become an agent. I got into this because I was an investor, and I didn't like agents because they didn't have any of those answers. They couldn't tell me what needed to be done. They couldn't tell me the prices involved. They couldn't tell me how to get to the next level. I had to learn all that myself as an investor. I became an agent to cut all the middlemen out. So now I just give you what I do for me. I have 79 rentals in Las Vegas. I manage another 400. I rehab, build, anything you can think of from the ground up to 4 stories. There's nothing involved in real estate that we do not do here and I actually do it all personally for my own buildings. The only difference is in being an agent, I can actually give that to you as part of an agent, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. These are all things I just give to you because I need you to make money. I need you to succeed. I need you to get to the next level, because by me helping you, you help me too. We can all grow it together, and that's truly important in this. You have to have it like that. If your agent's not doing that, they are not working for you. They are not helping you. And here, I can actually help you get to that next level.